I needed to interview a veteran, my initial thought was my father, who had served 20 years in the U.S. Navy. He immediately declined, saying that he wasn't good enough, and that it needed to be someone more important. But for me, having my father on the other side of the world at such a young age, he was the most important person in my life, and was and is to this day my hero. Growing up, I never understood just exactly what my dad did. All I knew was that he was gone on a big scary ship, and what felt like forever. My big sister and I would count down the days till my dad's arrival, as if it were Christmas. So many missed holidays, sports events, and moments of me and my sister growing up from young ladies, little girls to young ladies, moments and memories that can't ever be made up. To this day, I have every letter that my dad ever sent me. For 6 months, that was the only thing I had of my father. Looking back at old letters, I realized just how many times my father tried to always keep us reassured that he was safe and was indeed coming home. I remember being so scared to say goodbye to my dad, because I was so afraid that he was never coming back. He was the rock and did everything to keep us girls calm, but I knew he was afraid too. He'd hug us as long as he could, because deep down he knew when he got back, we weren't going to be his little girls anymore. I was really excited to finally have the chance to learn exactly what my dad did in the Navy. For so long, I avoided learning anything about it, almost as if I resented his career for taking him away. Now that I'm old enough, I'm so fascinated by how many skills and job titles he held. My dad first enlisted in the Navy when he was just 19 years old, fresh out of high school. From there, he served his first 2 years on the USS Midway as an aircraft flight deck director. Next, he served on the USS Carl Vinson for following another 2 years as an Air Wing captain staff member. Then my mother and him spent the following 2 years stationed in Kingsville, Texas for shore duty. There they had my older sister, while my dad worked as an aircraft firefighter, where he was a firefighter for student pilots. Then my father got stationed up here in Bremerton, where he served in the USS Nimitz for the next following 4 years, and as a hangar deck aircraft director, where then he welcomed me into the world. Next, he served 2 years on the subbase Bangor as a master of arms and legal clerk, where he handled the paperwork discharging people from the military. Next, he was sent back to the USS Carl Vinson for the following 4 years, and was second in charge as a hangar deck leading petty officer. The last 2 years of his career, he finished in shore duty on Bangor Base as an assistant chief master at arms, where he earned Senior Sailor of the Year for his command. I'm very honored to have had this opportunity, not only to express how proud I am of my father, but to reflect on how many sacrifices veterans have made every day for our country. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank my mother and every other military spouse who took on the challenges of supporting a family and a home on their own for long periods of time. Together, my parents made the ultimate sacrifice and of time spent away from each other in order to do their part to serve our country, and I'm very proud. Thank you.